This is question from Jee 2024 Maths. Question is, let the fractional part of x denotes the fractional part of x, and fx, this symbol, the curly bracket and x, denotes the fractional part of x, and fx equal to cos inverse 1 minus fractional part of x square into sin inverse 1 minus fractional part of x divided by fractional part of x minus fractional part of x power 3 bracket closed. If L and R respectively denotes the left hand limit and the right hand limit of fx at x equal to 0, then 32 by pi square equal to into L square plus R square is equal to, you have to find the value. Okay, so let us see how to proceed. Now you already know that the fractional part of x, the function is, means the fractional part of x function has the meaning that it always lies between 0 and 1. Okay, it cannot be greater than 1 and it cannot be less than 0. It can be equal to 0 but it cannot be equal to 1. Okay, means only fractional part will come over here. That means you have to understand like that it will be a proper fraction case. Only thing it can be equal to 0 as well. Okay, so now L and R respectively denotes the left hand limit and the right hand limit of fx at x equal to 0. So let us see about L. L is limit x tends to 0 minus, means left hand side x tends to 0, cos inverse 1 minus fraction part of x square into sin inverse 1 minus fraction part of x divided by this fraction part of x minus fraction part of x power 3. Now just for the understanding, I have shown you this example that when x tends to 0 minus, that means fractional part of x can be of this one, minus of 0.0001. Okay, so you know that fractional part of x will always be positive. So for to make it positive, we just add 1 and subtract 1 from this expression. Okay, so minus 1 and 1 minus this one give you 0.999. Okay, so now you can find that this fractional part is positive, so its value will be 0.9999, almost about 1. Okay, so we can say that limit x tends to 0 minus of fraction part of x will be 1. Okay, so this we will use in the simplification. So therefore L, that is the limit x tends to 0 minus of this whole function, will be written as like this: cos inverse 1 minus fraction part of x square into sin inverse 1 minus fraction part of x, and this x can be taken as common. This is becoming 1 minus fraction part of x square, that is a minus b and a plus b, 1 minus fraction part of x, 1 plus fraction part of x. Now what you will get by this simplification, you will see that this value when x tends to 0 minus will become 1. So cos inverse 1 minus 1, that is 0. You can write it as pi by 2. This expression sin inverse 1 minus fraction part of x, and we will use this 1 minus fraction part of x into 1 upon 1 plus 1 for this. Okay, 1 plus 1, and for this fraction part of x is 1, so this is 1. So after doing all this, you get pi by 2 into 1 by 2 for this. So you are getting pi by 4 for the left hand limit. Now come to the right hand side limit. Limit x tends to 0 plus cos inverse 1 minus fraction part of x square into sin inverse 1 minus fraction part of x divided by fraction part of x minus fraction part of x power 3. When x tends to 0 plus, fraction part of x is equal to 0.0001. That is, here there is no problem because it is positive as well. So you can just, for the understanding, you can write 0 plus 0.0001. So your value is this. That means this is nearing to the 0. Okay, as x tends to 0 plus from the right side towards 0. So at 0 plus, limit of this fractional portion of x will be 0. Now come to the right hand side limit. Limit x tends to 0 plus for this whole expression. Same way, we just simplify this denominator as fraction part of x 1 minus fraction part of x whole square, and For the remaining terms, this sine inverse 1 minus fractional part of x, as this is 0 when limit x tends to 0 plus, so we will put this value, and the remaining expression will be written as it is over here. Okay, because why you are writing as it is, because this expression is giving you a 0 by 0 format, like 1 minus 0. Cos inverse 1 means 0. Okay, this is also 0. 1 minus 0. So here there is no problem, 1, but these two are making 0 by 0 format. Okay, so we will do just a simple simplification and substitution to solve this. What we will do, we will let this whole expression as t. So cos inverse 1 minus fraction part of x square equal to t. 1 minus fraction part of x square equal to cos t, therefore cos inverse cos t. So 1 minus cos t is fraction part of x square. This gives you square root of 2 sin square t by 2, and this is fraction part of x. When you will open the square root, root 2 sin t upon 2 fraction part of x. Okay. Now here I have done this substitution for you. X tends to 0 plus, then t tends to 0 plus. Why? X tends to 0 means cos inverse 1, so that is 0. So you understand that point. Therefore right hand side limit, that is, this time we will change the x as t format, substitution, using the substitution, limit t tends to 0. So this whole expression will become t into pi by 2 for this, and this expression will become this one. Okay, or you can write this. Okay, root 2 sin t by 2 into cos t, this one cos t. Okay, so this is pi by 2, this is t, this is root 2 sin t by 2 cos t. So what you are getting, you know that limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is 1. So here we have to make one substitution, 2 and 2, that I have done over here, 2 and t by 2. Next time this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, t by 2 sin t by 2 into cos t. When cos t tends to 0, that is cos 0, the cos 0 is 1, so no problem here. This is 1, this expression giving you 1 t by 2 upon sin t by 2. Okay, for that reason, when t tends to 0. So now you can see that pi upon root 2 is your value final, because root 2 is remaining. So in this way we are getting L and R both. Now we have to find out 32 by pi square into L square plus R square. So 32 by pi square, L square was pi upon 4 square, that is pi square upon 16, plus pi square upon 2 for this. Now you simplify, 16 LCM, so 2 8s are 8 plus 1, 9 pi square upon 16, pi square cancels, 16 2s are 19 2s are 18. This is the answer. Thank you.